everyone, Sunrai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 12th and final episode of Aharen-san wa Hakarenai. And we've once again reached that point of the season where shows just start to end one after the other. It's something I never quite get used to, but it is a fact of life. Now, last episode we ended off on I want to say a letter of challenge or something with Mitsuki, so I assume we're going to continue that plot point with this episode. So let's just jump into it and see how that goes. So, I actually full screen the thing I'm supposed to full screen. 3, 2, 1, play. And yeah, we're starting off at the dojo. Yeah, letter of challenge. We are definitely continuing that. It seems like something she's worried about. I get that impression. What are you looking at? Mitsuki not being here? It's like she sees a ghost, yeah. Or a peephole. Okay, no, she is there. Okay. Wow. Maybe she could sense your uneasiness. How many peepholes does she have around this school? So she's still not clarified what she's doing to him? Because, yeah, he's gonna get really freaked out if she doesn't. Okay. And that's one of the easier spots to spot her in. Oh. So now we can talk? Was that what that was? I don't think that's what that was. Definitely important to talk about this, so... No? I couldn't tell if that was a head shake or not, but either way, she bolted. Okay. So, I take it what we're building towards is like a duel between her and Rhino. Like over Reina. Is that what we're working towards? I mean, I guess that's one way to end off the series. A duel for the main heroine. It still really hasn't fully sunk in that this is the last episode. Feel free to let me know what shows you're looking forward to in the next season, especially if you think there's shows I would like. Down in the comment section below. Bum 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 bum. So is he gonna find the letter of challenge? Yeah, naturally it's in the desk. This is a duel, huh? Hope you're ready, man. Jeez, she looks like quite the opponent. I think she's here. Okay, yeah. Oh my god, she is definitely ready for fight. Jeez. That headband. She's just like all the weapons. Literal candles on her head. Hell for a rhino. Understandable. Are we sure that's not a cursed blade? She just had that in there. Well, sure, but you have a bunch of weapons, though. Are those not going to be used? I guess it's just for intimidation factor. Well, they definitely worked in that regard. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not looking good. Hopefully the board lasts long enough to do so. You say that now, after we're already in the middle of it. So is Reina gonna show up at some point? There she is. This is where it starts. I mean, you can't really tell that she's any younger in this shot, but you can tell with Mitsuki. And I'm glad we're getting the backstory here between these two. Yeah, it's a little baggy, as you'd expect. And yeah, now in this shot, you can definitely see the size difference now. When they were sitting down, it wasn't as clear, but yeah, definitely a lot shorter, even now. That is like kind of like a kissing position there. And then she whips out the game. Reverse C. This is where her love of the game truly starts, getting to play with her. Okay, please don't drop that on you. It's not okay. I was afraid of that happening, and it just totally did. I should hope so. Luckily, it's a flashback, so we know she survives, but... Try not to do that, please. Hairpin, I think. Oh, she puts it on her. Oh, wow, we really are getting in a kissing position. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna get some Doki Doki after that. Yeah, that's where the bond truly began. I guess, yeah, Sparkle, there's, yeah, the hairpin. She really is sharp. And there they are. Game looks like it's almost over. Yeah, break up with Reina, give her back to her. Oh. Well, that's not gonna happen. And he definitely feels the same way about her that she feels about him, I'm pretty sure, so... Really reminds me of Hikaru no Go when I watch this sort of thing. When did he say that? Yeah. Are we gonna get clarification on this? Yeah, I remember that part. But then we had a lot of muted dialogue. Hold on. Okay, there you go. There's no real ambiguity there, and I think Rana was there to hear it too. She showed up just in time. Yeah, she got here just for the best part. As she overheats. But at least now she knows how Rido feels. So, no need to force a breakup. Uh, at least we got it all cleared up. That's the important thing. Yeah, I'm with you there. I certainly wouldn't complain about that. We're gonna get the confession from her now. As the wind blows. And there we go. And now we're officially together. Okay, how long were you guys waiting there? Man, you guys are sneaky. uh, yeah, those two are definitely meant for each other. Yeah, she has her own distance problems in the opposite direction. I like they just keep going in the background as we're, focusing on Mitsuki. I never really noticed the hairpin much before, but it really does make a difference when she has it. It just feels more right. But yeah, I guess you could call that a happy ending, even though we're halfway through the episode. But let's go home together, holding hands. Or not. Well, maybe next time. You guys just got together. If anything, you should be in the honeymoon phase. Is she pee? Okay, no, she's not peeing. Okay. That makes more sense. How do you come up with this stuff, man? That's really what I want to know. Yeah, I can't think of any other explanations for the current situation. Oh, wow, those costumes. It almost looks, the one on the right almost looks like the one of the noise from Sympho Gear. You know, the bundle of graves kind of look. Okay, wow. Even nailed the landing. I know, right? Watering plants. Please clarify before you keep going. Because he's got his own whole other misunderstanding going on. I mean, regardless, it's a good response. Yeah, we are going hardcore with it. Yeah, it was only like, what, about 10 seconds? I should hope you'd eventually notice what they were. Lupinous. It almost sounds like a disease. You know, like lupus. I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's some sort of flower language meaning. It's probably romantic. Is that what it is? I feel like that's not what it is. It's just going full chipmunk mode. Like, it's probably something more romantic, I would assume. Like, I'm not familiar really at all with flower language stuff, but I do know different flowers have different meanings and stuff. Uh-huh. I mean, if you can call it out when it's, you know, apparent, it's okay. That's more your fault than it's her fault. Getting close. Okay, a letter to Rido. Is it another letter of challenge, perhaps? It's not a love letter because it doesn't have a heart on it. It's quite bold. So hoping to see the Yuri characters in here. So we literally just gotta make tea. Probably not. Okay. That's kind of terrifying. I don't think she would do that. She's a good girl. Okay, that's why he's pulling the shirt down. Yeah, I don't want word to get around. Could you imagine drinking the tea that she made? I'm sure it would be delicious. Looks pretty normal. Yeah, just even like snacks and stuff. She really is just the best girlfriend, isn't she? uh, what is she doing? What are you doing? Oh, did she actually witness that? Man, everybody got a front row seat of that. Yeah, I'm sure she just kind of, yeah, erupted. I mean, that would be quite stimulating. Luckily, her first aid life partner is with her. Okay, more letters, wow. Okay, Mitsuki? I think of Konami every time they do something like that. Because that's a ninja thing, you know, hiding in the roof, protecting your master. So yeah, we really did just invite everyone. I guess it's just a big tea party. Okay, so we do have permission for this, that's good. Because some animated characters just use an empty room just because it's available. Yeah, no duel. Especially when we have such a fun group. I'm glad that we decided to include the two sensei characters, since I do quite like both of them. And oh wow, that is some pretty scenery out there. It's crazy to think about, huh? What are you gonna go do? Yeah, those are really pretty. The laying down thing, that's still funny. Giant chopsticks. There were a lot of fun moments in this show. But yeah, I'm glad things worked out for Reina. Oh, God, the hug. She can barely get her arms around. I mean, you got for your friends with the teachers now. They'll hook you up. You know, like in Keon. Also that. Are we gonna actually say that Hanakotoba were meaning? Okay, so it wasn't wrong. There's just more to it. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, those are much more pleasant meanings. Oh, that was such a hushed arigato. Oh, wow. I really want her to do more ASMR type stuff. She really does just nail the voice for it. That would be nice. Like, when you can do a, you know, Hanami in your own backyard sort of situation, that would be that's definitely convenient. Like, I would love to have, like, a Sakura tree in just my backyard. I mean, I'd like to have a backyard in general, but still. And the other two siblings. Tall sibling and short sibling. Bum, 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 bum. Who is she? That's a new character, right? She looks really important. Like, that's not just a random character. Some effort was put into that design. Who is she? Yeah, there's some close distance there. Yeah. Are we gonna blow? Yeah. There she goes. Yeah, Kyonikan, the song. As they just gaze lovingly into each other's eyes as the sakura petals fall. I don't think she can go high enough to kiss him, so uh, he'd have to come down too. Or are we gonna just not get what she's saying there? What she's whispering? We didn't get it. Well, That was the 12th and final episode of Aharen-san wa Hakarenai, I think is the name of the show. I never really nailed the title of the anime. It's a hard one to say, hard one to remember. Like, there's been anime titles three times as long as this one that I had less trouble saying. But anyway, yeah, that was the final episode. And yeah, definitely a pretty solid one. You know, I always appreciate whenever a final episode has like a group get together sort of thing where they get all the characters, even the ones that don't get like a huge amount of screen time. You know, they come together, whether it be like a tea party, a picnic, you know, just anything of that nature, just coming together. You know, because otherwise it doesn't really like feel like a final episode. And that's always kind of a tricky thing. You know, whenever you like have an adaptation of a manga or whatever that's like continuing, which I assume the source material is continuing. But in situations like that, unless you go anime original, you're not going to have like a finale feeling episode for the final episode. So, you know, whenever you can do something that just kind of gives that feeling, like a, you know, nice little group get together, a celebration of how much more successful your school year went than you were, you know, expecting. You know, it's good when you can do that, because I have watched some shows before, you know, where I finished it off and it didn't even feel like a last episode, you know, and there was never a second season or anything. So ever since then, I've been pretty wary of that, and appreciate whenever a show can do a decent final episode. So as far as you know, everything else in this episode, we definitely like had to focus on the relationship between Raido and Reina, because, you know, things were always kind of vague there, right? Because we had some people watching them who kind of got the impression they were, you know, together now, but we also had, you know, the whole camping trip nighttime thingy was left very vague, because we didn't really get to hear all the dialogue, and we had Reina not really explaining things fully to Mitsuki, so Mitsuki's kind of like she kind of has her own misunderstandings about what's going on, so she's trying to help in her own way, even though she has incomplete knowledge, so it's not going to go well as a result, right? So she just tries to challenge Raido and, you know, deal with things, but luckily we had a very key moment where he confesses his feelings to Reina pretty much as Reina shows up, and the two friends over there in the bushes, you know, seeing all this, hearing all this, and later on revealed that even the two teachers were back there that also got to hear this, and so just, yeah, pretty key moment. Like, he really couldn't have timed that any better to just get that information out into the wild for everyone to know. So that was nailed pretty well. And we got the flashback stuff, which another good way to make a final episode like a final episode is to have a flashback showcasing how two people met, you know? That's also a good thing, and they did that too in the episode with Mitsuki and Reina, and pretty good stuff. Like, even back then there was definitely a size difference, you know? But like, obviously Mitsuki has grown a lot since then, but Reina, I don't think she's grown that much since then, honestly. But the shot with her because she like borrowed Miki's outfit, right? And like the sleeves are just so like baggy over it, like she's, you know, wearing her older sibling's outfit. That's kind of what it looks like, right? So it's just, that was really cute stuff. And again, they, you know, she still had her distance issues, right? Where her face gets like real close to Mitsuki's, to the point where if you just like slightly lost your balance, you'd be kissing, right? So at least a couple points in the episode, it was like that. You know, definitely caused some doki doki with her, especially when she, you know, said that she was cute, because Mitsuki clearly does not consider herself cute, right? Because she's so big and stuff, but Reina seems to disagree, and so yeah, basically she keeps her distance from Reina to prevent her from hearing the doki doki. At least that's how I took it, right? But yeah, seriously, that scene, you know, where she calls her cute and all that, that was really close to looking like a Yuri scene. Like, you know, putting Yuri goggles aside, you know, that looked like a Yuri scene. Like, we had them faces, like, you know, about that far away from each other. We had Mitsuki on her knees, you know, right in front of her, right? We had Reina like hands on her cheeks, like that looked like we were leading right into a kiss, right? Even more so than the other, you know, the previous bit where I said it was within kissing distance. That wasn't just kissing distance; it was kissing everything. Like the flow of it, you would think a kiss was coming next, but since this is not a Yuri anime, it did not go that way. But we did get doki doki out of it, so, you know, not too far off, I guess. But it was what we did get though was nice. Like, I'm commenting about how much it looked like it was about to go into a kiss, but I wasn't actually expecting it to. You know, just to clarify that real quick, because I do know this is not a Yuri anime. I've never had that expectation, but it just really looked like that from an outsider's perspective. Like, if you pose the screenshot out of context, that's kind of the main thing I'm trying to say. But yeah, I did love when Reina finally showed up to actually hear the love confession. We just got the like maximum level blushing, the steam just erupting, and she's like dealing with that as she's trying to talk to, Mitsuki. It was great. Give her back the hairpin. So, and got the full clarification on the whole camping situation and the various feelings, and they were able to pretty much resolve everything, right? Like with everyone, even Mitsuki kind of, and just everyone coming together for like a group hug sort of thing, and it was just a very nice moment that kind of seemed to resolve most things. And at that point, the rest of the episode was more or less just dedicated towards, chilling, relaxing, and enjoying the circle of friends that we now have and having a nice tea party together. Also, planting flowers and stuff and getting chipmunk Reina. but yeah, this was a nice final episode. Just Ryder with his overactive imagination, that never changed. But also, we got teased on another girl who I don't know who that is. I have to assume that's like maybe a transfer student we're gonna get starting with the second year. Like in the manga, that's probably a thing, because she definitely looks like she's a very important character. Like, I don't know if she'd be at the same level as Reina is in importance, but it would at least be a tier below that at the absolute lowest, if that makes sense. Like, that was a real solid design. Even had like a bow in her hair. She overall she looks really cute. Like I do want to get more into her. That worked wonderfully as a teaser for season 2 or a teaser for Go Read the Manga. Either way, it did its job well there. And of course, we had like one final whispering thing, which I'm pretty sure we did not get to hear unless unless my hearing is just not good enough to hear it, which is certainly a possibility. But yeah, that is the end of the show. This has been Aharen-san wa Hakarenai, and it was definitely a very solid Iyashike, soothing, relaxing kind of show. Especially because we do have a main girl that does have that soothing, relaxing voice, which very much lends itself to that sort of show. And just in general, both her and the main male character are both very chill people in general. This isn't one of those like loudly yelling Tsukumi sort of shows. This never was that. This has always been like that sort of relaxing, chill sort of show, and with quite a bit of comedy and some pretty crazy stuff happening, right? Some pretty good gags spread throughout. But this has been pretty enjoyable to watch for me. I do hope you enjoyed it as well, and as well as my reaction to it. And I hope to see you in some other video that I do. So yeah, until then, bye bye.